Welcome to AI, Keywords Fast Track. NLP? Today we'll explore how computers understand human language. Have you ever asked Alexa a question or gotten a suggestion from Gmail? That's NLP in action. We'll break down what it is, why it matters, and how it works, all in plain language. Whether you're new to AI or just curious, this guide will give you a solid foundation. Let's dive in. Here's where we're headed. First, we'll answer, what exactly is NLP? Then, we'll explore the main jobs computers do with language like spotting emotions in text or sorting emails. Next, we'll peek under the hood and see how machines turn words into numbers they can work with. After that, we'll look at real life uses, from customer service bots to social media monitoring. Finally, we'll wrap up with practice ideas and ways to go deeper. This journey is designed to be clear, practical, and engaging. Ready to get started? Let's start with the big question, what is NLP? Simply put, it's how computers understand human language. Think of it as a language translator between you and a machine. When you type or speak, NLP helps the computer get not just the words, but the meaning behind them. For example, if you write, I'm frustrated with my order, the system can detect emotion and urgency. NLP isn't just about talking, it's about listening, understanding, and responding wisely. It powers apps you use daily like Google Search, Siri, or email spam filters. So it's less about robots sounding human and more about them getting what we mean. Now, let's look at the main tasks in NLP. Imagine a computer learning language by doing homework. One task is text classification, sorting emails into feedback, complaint, or support. Another is sentiment analysis, figuring out if a tweet is happy, angry, or neutral. Then there's named entity recognition, which spots and labels important bits like names, cities, or dates in a sentence. Finally, machine translation turns text from one language to another, like Google Translate. These tasks are the building blocks of smart language apps. Together, they help computers go beyond keywords and grasp real meaning. Here's a surprising fact. Computers don't read words like we do. They see everything as numbers. So how does I become something a machine understands? First, tokenization breaks it into parts. I, love, and AI. These are like Lego bricks. Then vectorization turns each word into a number, or more precisely, a vector in space. This allows the computer to do math on language. For instance, in these models, the vector for king minus man plus woman gets very close to queen. That's how meaning becomes measurable. This step is essential for any AI to learn from text. Let's walk through how an NLP system works from start to finish. It's like an assembly line for language. First, the user types something raw input. Then comes pre-processing. The system removes punctuation, converts letters to lowercase, and simplifies words turning running into run for consistency. Next, feature extraction turns the clean text into numerical form. Finally, a model, maybe a rule-based system or a trained AI, analyzes the data and decides what to do. For example, if you say, I want a refund, the system classifies your intent and routes you to the right help. Early NLP used hard-coded grammar rules, but today's systems learn from massive datasets using machine learning. Let's look at where NLP shows up in real life. Have you ever chatted with a customer service bot? It uses intent detection, spotting whether you want a refund, track an order, or reset a password. Then there's social media monitoring. Companies scan tweets and reviews to see how people feel about a new product. That's sentiment analysis in action. Your inbox uses text classification to flag spam before you see it. And when you search online, NLP helps Google understand what you're really looking for, even if you don't type the exact words. These aren't futuristic ideas, they're tools you interact with daily. Let's clear up some myths. First, NLP isn't mostly about talking, it's about understanding. Sure, voice assistants speak back, but the real work happens when they listen and get your intent. Second, computers don't understand words like we do. They don't feel joy when they see happy or sadness with loss. Instead, they recognize patterns in how words are used. Think of it as advanced pattern matching with math. Third, NLP is much more than spell check. While grammar tools fix typos, NLP digs into meaning, like knowing cold can mean temperature or a flu. So remember, NLP isn't mind reading, but it's the closest thing we have to a language mind reader. Time for a quick challenge. I'll give you 3 real world scenarios. Your job is to identify which NLP task is at work. Scenario 1: a job board scans resumes and pulls out names, job titles, and locations. Is that classification, sentiment analysis, or named entity recognition? Scenario 2: a travel website translates user reviews from French to English. What task is that? Scenario 3: a bank flags an email as urgent support based on the message. What's happening behind the scenes? Pause here, think it through, and jot down your answers. There are no trick questions, just a chance to apply what you've learned. When you're ready, we'll review the answers together on the next slide. Let's review the answers. First, a job board pulling names, titles, and locations from resumes. That's named entity recognition. The system is identifying and categorizing key facts. Second, translating French reviews to English. That's machine translation, a core NLP task. Third, an email tagged as urgent support. That's text classification, where the system decides the category based on content. Did you get them right? Great. And notice how these tasks can stack? In customer service, a system might classify the message, check its tone, and extract product names, all to provide faster, smarter help. That's the power of combining NLP skills. Let's recap what you've learned. First, NLP helps computers understand and respond to human language not perfectly, but in smart, useful ways. Second, key tasks like text classification, sentiment analysis, and named entity recognition give machines specific language skills. Third, computers turn words into numbers through tokenization and vectorization, allowing them to process language mathematically. And finally, NLP is already around you in voice assistants, email filters, and customer bots. You now know the basics, can identify real world uses, and can distinguish between different NLP tasks. That's a solid foundation. Whether you're using AI tools or thinking about building them, you're one step ahead. Now it's your turn to apply what you've learned. Think about the apps you use every day. Can you name 3 that probably use NLP? Maybe it's your messaging app, your phone's assistant, or a shopping site. For each, guess one NLP task it performs. Does your weather app understand will it rain tomorrow as a forecast request? That's intent detection. Does your news app group stories by topic? That's text classification. If you want a challenge, try sketching out how one app processes your input from your words to its response. This kind of thinking turns abstract ideas into real understanding. Take a few minutes. You've got this. Let's quickly revisit the myths we corrected. First, NLP isn't about robots sounding human, it's about them understanding us. Many NLP systems don't speak at all. Second, computers don't understand words like we do. They don't feel nostalgia when they see childhood, they just know how it's typically used. It's pattern matching powered by math. Third, NLP is far beyond spell check. While grammar tools fix typos, NLP tries to get the bigger picture like, knowing I'm cold might mean you want a blanket, not just a temperature fact. Remember, NLP is not mind reading, but it's the closest we have to a language mind reader. Keep these facts in mind as you explore more. You've made great progress today. Now, where can you go from here? If you'd like to dive deeper, try a beginner friendly course on AI or NLP from platforms like Coursera or edX. Want to get hands on? Visit Hugging Face or Google's Teachable Machine. Both offer free no code demos where you can test NLP models with your own text. If you're curious about building tools, learning a bit of Python will open doors to creating simple chatbots or sentiment analyzers. And don't go it alone. Join beginner communities like our Learn Machine Learning on Reddit to ask questions and share discoveries. The world of NLP is vast, but you now have the key to start exploring. Keep observing, asking, and experimenting, and you'll keep growing. Congratulations, you've completed the AI Keywords Fast Track on NLP. You now understand what NLP is, how it works, and where it shows up in your life. You can explain it in your own words, spot it in action, and even begin to think like an I designer. This isn't the end, it's the beginning. Keep asking questions, noticing language tech, and exploring new tools. Whether you're using AI more wisely or starting to build with it, you've got a strong foundation. Thank you for learning with us. Stay curious, keep practicing, and see where this journey takes you next. Until then, happy exploring!